Nationals win last night 6-1, forcing a Game 5 in L.A. I went back and looked at Game 5 in 2016 against the Dodgers, and it may be instructive for the Nationals. So in Game 5 in 2016, it was Rich Hill versus Max Scherzer. Rich Hill. And like last night, he didn't even get out of the third inning.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled him early, and they went to relievers. Max pitched 6 innings of scoreless ball, and then he gave up a home run to Jock Peterson in the 7th. Sammy Solis came in and, of course, gave up a run, and the Nats trailed 2-1. They eventually extended that lead to 4-1. Nats got it back to 4-3, and then Clayton Kershaw closed it out on 2 days rest, 110 pitches. So, EB, maybe you're right. Maybe Max will be ready. So it was 2 days rest for Kershaw to close out the game. But maybe you can get an inning. I just know reading the quotes last night, Scherzer said he threw everything out there and his arm was hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe it. But
how
I
many
just have a
pitches did
feeling.
you throw last night?
Right around 110.
110, yeah.
I just have a feeling that with everything on the line, he's going to tell Davey if you need him for an inning, he's available.
Just keep it as an option.
Yeah.
He basically told Menhart last night, I ain't coming out.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely a meeting.
Right.
You guys could go back to wherever you came from because I'm staying in the game.
I mean, I didn't read his lips. But
And the bases were loaded. I was like, I hope this is the right decision by Max to shake these guys off.
Well, he was still throwing hard. He just was working the corners a little bit. Maybe, he felt it because he was just off the plate a little bit.
Yeah, he might have been overthrown a little bit, but he convinced him, and he got that last strikeout.
And the Nats,
no, I'm sure that's right. He got the ground out to Kendrick.
The Nats and Max got hooked by the fact that the rain was intermittent, that it didn't just keep. Because if it kept pouring like it did for a while, they were going to have to delay the game. Back.
The rain really and wind hooked Doolittle.
Hooked him.
Doolittle could have easily given up 2 home runs if the wind was different.
Yeah.
He was laughing about it,
Yeah,
too.
he was definitely chuckling about it.
Yeah, the first one to center field. I mean, Taylor went back and felt, and then all of a sudden he had to run in, and you saw Bellinger misplay a ball in center field because of the wind.
Yep.
That that got me a little nervous about Doolittle.
Well, it's what he does.
I mean, the ideal scenario is if you're going to go to anybody in the bullpen, it's just Hudson.
Yeah, but they're not going to get 8 from Strauss. It's not going to happen.
They just got 7 from Max.
You're asking for too much. It's just not going to happen.
Well,
yeah, but postseason Strauss might be
needs
different.
to go 7 though.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
I think what you need to be prepared for is 5 or 6. That's what happens in the playoffs. And
not always with your horses.
That'll be dicey.
Yeah. Well, I just don't. I'm not anticipating that at all. I'm anticipating 6 or 7, solid.
Let's 800-636-1067.
Yeah.
What do you want to see on the pitching
perfect
front
world.
from the Nationals? Obviously Strasburg, but who else are you willing to go to? Are you still willing to give the ball to Doolittle for an inning?
Yes.
Let's say Strauss gives you 7.
Yes. Oof. Yeah, you have to.
I'm a little scared.
What I like is
Would you rather give it to Doolittle or to Corbin for an inning?
Doolittle.
Oh, Doolittle.
Okay, but that's only recency.
I'd rather
Doolittle's
give it to
been
Corbin.
better these last few weeks.
They flashed the stats. We all saw it. We all know Doolittle's pretty much a fastball pitcher.
True.
They flashed the stats that the Dodgers are the best team
Hitting team,
over 95 miles an hour.
I have recency bias, too. The last few Corbin appearances have not gone very smoothly.
He was fine in game 1. He had the rough first inning. He only allowed 1 run.
Yeah.
He was fine. I'm going
to go to
see, it's recency, and you're a little hesitant because of how bad he was. I
actually trust Corbin more.
Yeah, I think he'd be better in this game than he was.
I didn't think he got tattooed. I thought, obviously gave up a bunch of runs, but he was a little wild.
He wasn't good.
He wasn't good.
He wasn't good at all. And I'd be hesitant. But, again, let's keep it as an option. Keep Max as an option for an inning.
I think
keep Corbin as an option possibly for an inning. Maybe just pitches to a 1 lefty or 2 lefties, and then
Doolittle's been doing this his whole career.
Yeah, I know.
And he's been pretty darn successful. He had a shaky few months there where I think he got worn down, but his velocity's been back up, which I think is a big thing with him. And
he did seem to throw a couple more off-speed pitches yesterday.
Well, he has. It's broken down. He's instead of 10%, I think it's like 20% or something. Right. Doubled.
But remember last night he had a 5-run lead when he was in. So there's no pressure on him.
True.
So
True. I'm telling you, he's put together some pretty decent
he's been better, no doubt.
appearances. He gives up fly balls. He definitely does. So does Max Scherzer. So, I don't know. Look, they're not in a great spot. That's why I'm telling you. All this stuff,
No,
it
they
could be
are
all
in a good-
fancy.
See, I don't
think they are because
disagree
they don't
with
have
you.
the personnel. They could do all these fancy permutations of pitchers they bring in. They got to get 5 or 6 runs to win. They're not going to win a 2-1 game, a 3-2 game, a 4-2. If they do, it's a miracle. So I write it off as a 10% chance. If it's a 1-run game with 2 innings to go, we're going to lose. It is what it is. I hate to be negative, but you're not going to win that game. They're too good.
But you might be able to do it if you, let's say Strauss gives them a performance like Scherzer did in Game 5 in 2016. So it gives up a run, 1 run, and it's a tie game. Or they're down 1 or up 1. So there's your 1-run game. You can get 2 innings out of Hudson / either Doolittle or even Scherzer
You
if he's
can, but
available.
every at-bat is a freaking nightmare.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's playoff baseball.
Yeah. I just don't think we're built to win 1-run games. It's just the way it is.
It's not their specialty.
JP,
I mean, they can do it, but it's not how.
Anything can happen, but the probability is that if it's a close game, the Dodgers are going to win it.